how big is the Kumamon Trail car, really? Taking a look at the size of this, it looks like the easy chassis cars are much smaller than your typical mini four-wheel drive car. And you'd be right. And we're going to take a look at how it stacks up size-wise compared to other mini four-wheel drive cars. So let's take a look at your typical mini four-wheel drive car. We have here, the Hurricane Sonic AR car. And this is a typical box stock car here. And you'll see when I place it up against this wall of a 3-lane track, you'll see there's a little bit of gap. I can basically place my thumb right there between the roller and the other side of the track. Now, let's take a look at this. This is what I liked to compare this slow car against this. So this is a dump truck, and it's part of their crawler series, or what do you call those big truck series with the big tires and stuff? And if you take a look at that compared to this, it's pretty large compared to this, isn't it? So when you place this in the track like this, there is less of a space between the tire and the wall. Less than a thumb's worth of space. It's more like a pinky finger's worth of space between the tire and the other wall. Now, let's take a look at your typical Tune class car. And those of you who know this car know that this is anything but typical. But here we see, yeah, this is my son's mock frame, and it's like a super duper fast mock frame. And here we have about a pinky finger's worth of distance between the roller and the wall as well. A little more than the crawler, but not that much more. So let's take a look at what this car looks like compared to the others. So here you go. We see that there is a tremendous amount of space. Almost three fingers worth. Let me see. Yeah, almost 3 fingers worth of space between the tire and the other wall. That's a lot of space. So you might think that, oh, this is going to be bouncing around on the track as it goes. But because this goes at the whopping speed of 1, possibly 2 kilometers per hour, very slow, this is not going to be bouncing on the edges of the track like these faster cars here. This one going at 26 kilometers per hour will most likely bounce many times back and forth down the track. And we're talking about not just straightaways, we're talking about like curves. It's going to be bouncing. And here, this one's not going to be bouncing that much because this is going to go very slowly as well. So this is not quite as slow as 1 kilometer per hour, but it's pretty slow. So this one going at a snail's pace, it will likely bounce every now and again, but not that much. So I want to also show you some other things too. I want to show you that MS cars are going to have, but MS box stock cars are going to have a little more space between the roller and the edge of the track. So we're looking at basically like almost 2 pinkies worth of space between the roller and the side of the track versus a thumb space. So we're looking at almost 2 fingers worth of space versus a thumb's worth of space, which is like a, finger and a half. So compared to this, as you see, there is a lot more space between the tire and the wall. And as you see here, a lot of space between the tire and the wall. And as you see here, yes, still a lot of space compared to a typical box stock car. So what can we do to fill that space? Can we add things to our car so that it'll widen the space and have less ricochet? Well, here's the first problem. This car is so slow that it probably doesn't make sense to add these additional things to help mitigate the bounce, right? Because there's not going to be much bounce because it's so slow. So what happens if we add a faster motor to this? So in this car we have a Pro motor. So that's a dual shaft motor. And the dual shaft motors that we have that we can include in here instead of this is like basically box stock motor with no aspiration in the motor. What can we do? We can add a Mach dash motor, hyper dash or Mach dash motor, and make it like faster, but I don't think it's going to go that much faster. So we're going to try that next. We're going to put a Mach dash motor in here and see if that makes a huge difference in terms of speed. And my guess is probably not. So you've got a single battery in here versus 2 batteries. You don't have as much power as a typical mini four-wheel drive car, so it's going to run at approximately half the speed at most, but because of the gears in here, the slow gears, it's going to run slower than fast. Let's just put it that way. So, so here, I'm going to put some batteries in this dump truck, and we are going to see how fast this will go. 3, 2, 1, go! Let's try this again. So this one's 3 kilometers per hour versus this one, which is 1 kilometer per hour. So that's why you saw this kind of bolt down the lane as opposed to this one, which took its sweet old time to kind of crawl its way down the lane. So yeah, and then you have like cars like this. This is going to be much faster. And if you were to compare this to this, so you see, no contest. This is going to be so much faster than this. There's a lot more juice in a regular mini four-wheel drive car because it's got 2 batteries versus 1 battery. And also the gear ratios are completely like different. It's faster in this, even though this is still slow, and this is just going to be doggone slow. So let's compare the speed of this versus this. So you couldn't see it off screen, but like at first it looked like they were both like neck and neck for a short distance. And then this one just bolted down the lane, and it's like so much faster because this car is faster. And yeah, I think the side-by-side, it going like the same speed for a little bit, is only because this has larger wheels to begin with. So yeah, in the initial thrust, this looked about the same, but after the gears start winding up, then boom, this regular car will shoot right down the lane like a rocket out of heck. And yeah, unlike this one, right? Let's do this. So yeah, that's what we have to contend with here. Now, why would anybody want this car versus, say, this car? Well, this car, these regular mini four-wheel drive cars for racing, these are for racing, right? So you can have fun racing against your friends on tracks. This one is more about climbing things. So it's good at climbing things, and it won't climb the wall of a track, that's for sure, but it will climb smaller objects. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about there. So let's take this out, and let's put an object right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So here, and that's what's fun for a lot of people, right? They see things crawling over other objects and they think that's fun, and it is. It's pretty cool. And so yeah, a lot of kids would like this sort of thing. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's not a good example. Hold on. Let me just hold it in place. There we go. Oh, is it going to go over? Is it going to go over? Nope. Maybe not that big of an object then. Here. How about this one? Come on. Oh, it got stuck. That's just terrible. All right, but there's got to be something it can crawl over, right? Here. Here we go. Come on. Come over. I'm trying to prove my point and it's not crawling over things. All right. How about this? Here we go, a mouse. Oh, wait. All right, there you go. It took a while, but it crawled over it. How about this? Almost. I had to help it. Not too many other things I can crawl on, huh? Oh, here we go. Here's a lower object. This is my power charger. Okay, there we go. So maybe this isn't the best thing for crawling over things. However, this is. So let's take a look at this. This has got a lot of power. Yeah, easily. How about, and I may be mistaken, but strangely, I think I didn't do this, but I may have put a faster motor in here, but I don't think I did. Maybe I did. So, yeah. How about this one? No, this one's fast too. So I didn't change, I thought I changed the motor on one of them, but I did not. So let's see. Let's see if it crawls over things like this. Because this was our first example. Oh, easily. Yes. It just has a problem of direction. Hold on, let's see. Yes! Everybody, if you want something that crawls over objects, get one of the trucks. This is a little too small to be crawling over even small objects. You have to get really tiny objects for this to crawl over it. But it does have, since it goes so slowly, it is designed to go up inclines. Like, it's got to be like a certain type of incline, because this was an incline right here, and this was too steep for it. So if it was like a little less steep, I think it would be better for this particular car. And let's see if that's true. I'm going to open up this just like this, and we're going to see if it crawls over. So here we go. So I had to give it a little assist, but yeah, it looks like it's stuck here. Eventually it gets over when I give it an assist. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this for children who want this thing to like crawl over reasonably big objects, and it's not even, no, let's just tell the truth here. It has trouble crawling over even little objects, but this one does not. So this one, I think a lot of kids will have fun with. This one, not so much. I think this is like, it's very cute. It just doesn't have enough power to go over even small objects. So there you go. And so here, in my slightly customized version of my car, I put the other racer in there as the passenger, or maybe he's the driver, depending on what country you live in. And yeah, I spray painted this with a silver/chrome finish paint so that it would stand out a little bit better. So yeah, there you go. It's a very cute car though. And I've seen other people paint these in different ways. Like Sidebite, for example, they painted this like a nice shiny red, and they put red aluminum wheels on this. So that was really cool. That looked really, really nice. And I'm thinking that if you changed this to other wheels, maybe you can get some better performance out of this. I'm not sure. So maybe if you did something with the gearing, you'd get better performance. I'm not sure. So there's a lot of things that I'm not sure just quite yet until I experiment with this. And that's the subject of another video. But if you take a look at the springs right here, these fake springs, they kind of like almost touch the tires. So that's going to cause speed loss too. So you want to try to bend them in a little bit so that they don't touch the tires so much. Or maybe remove them altogether, but that kind of takes away from the look, the aesthetic appeal of this car. I mean, I think the primary purpose of this car is to look nice and to give tribute to the 15th anniversary of Kumamon. And yeah, as you see here, I didn't even stick that 15th anniversary sticker on the front of mine. I just wanted a more kind of like subtle look about this, and so I just took the sticker that should have been here, and I just put it up here. And I like this look a lot better. I don't really like the plaid seat stickers, so I didn't include them, as you see here. So yeah. But yeah, I think that there's some possibilities with this car. I'm not going to lie. I think that some people are already working on making this a faster car, and it would be very interesting to see those results from different people. And I'm going to continue experimenting with this just to see if I can make it faster. And maybe we'll have some races that feature just this car and how fast you can make your car and still be stable, right? And it would be very interesting to see a car like this all decked out with carbon plates and stuff like that. But you can't do that unless you drill into the chassis. So yeah, I think this has some possibilities. I don't think that we've seen the last of this yet. So, so everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.